is Michael Toole. I'm one of the select board members in the town, elected about 3 years ago. And today I have on the hot seat, or it's my pleasure, to introduce you to Alec III, a candidate for the special election on February 11th for the select board. This conversation is a very light conversation, a very quick conversation to help you make a decision on who to vote for. Right now, you're the only candidate on the ballot, so it might be an easy vote. But this is also to let you to meet Alec, get you to meet Alec Rich. So let's jump right into it. Alec, how you doing today?
Good, thanks. How are you, Mike?
I'm great.
Good.
I'm great. So, tell us a little bit. First of all, tell us a little bit about yourself. Where have you grown up in this town? All those good stuff.
Yep, been in the town. I actually bought my house that I live in '96. Raised our family. Still have 2 kids in the school system. The older 2 have already been through, all the sporting events and everything. I have a couple businesses in town, and that's it. That's it.
So you have the full spectrum. You have a daughter in 8th grade. Is that right?
That's
and
right.
then you've had a son that graduated, and you have one in high school now as well.
Yep. And I have an older daughter also that graduated.
Oh, that's great. So you're from the full spectrum from the middle school up to the high school.
Oh yeah, everything.
That's great. Yep. So tell us why now and why you're running for the select board.
Well, I'm running for the select board simply for the reason of making sure that there's financial stability with the town for our future, our kids in the future. We're making long-term decisions with everything that the board faces, and making sure that there's sustainable, decisions for future generations.
Oh no, that's great, and I think that's important. The town's come a long way from back 20 years ago with promoting business and so forth. So what do you think you bring to the select board specifically? I know you have a business in town and so forth. What do you think you bring to the select board?
So I have a financial mindset. That's one of my degrees. And, I think that along with, long-term budgets and planning, as well as some common sense type stuff, I think that will be beneficial. I'm going to do everything I can to make it beneficial, with everything that comes before the board.
So February 11th is the special election. That's correct, right?
Yep.
If elected, what do you think you say? What are your top priorities? Obviously, you mentioned financial security for the town. What would you say would be your focus in the next year if elected and so forth? Or how would you kind of get on board and really kind of get your feet underneath you?
Well, I want to get orientated to what is currently going on, which you've been helping me, to start, and as well as Mike Units, to get.
So you've met with the town. You've met with Mike already.
Yep, and there's a bunch of people that I, still doing my homework, so to speak. So. Hopefully get elected February 11th. I'm not going in blind, and I have a base to go with. But I'm also interested in rolling up my sleeves with budget type issues with all the departments, everything. Because that, like I said, that's one of my skill sets is long-term budgeting. And that's probably one of the major things that I'd really like to stay focused on.
I think you and I first were introduced by the Economic Development. Back then it was the IDC, the Industrial Development Commission. Then we got to know each other as kind of we brought back, and you kind of gave me a lot of information about the Economic Development Commission and where it stands now and and so forth. So that's great. So as you're looking at this through the town, where do you see, what would your goal be for, what would you see for the vision of the future of Norton, as one of a collective of 5 for the select board?
I would see, or I would like to see, and work on developing further commercial properties in town to get that commercial base, positive commercial development, to get that base so we're able to utilize more of that type of revenue stream, as opposed to going back to taxpayers and raising rates, especially in this economic climate with inflation the way it's been and continuing to be. I think it's definitely a huge responsibility for the select board to get those additional revenue streams from areas that should be developed in a positive fashion.
Yeah.
Instead of going back to the taxpayers, the residences.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of, as select board, we just recently did a split tax rate, but as we all know, you can't just keep taxing business and just raising tax. Business has to be a balance between the two, but you can't just tax this. So that's great. Is there anything else that you think would, that letting the voters know about yourself, or you and I have gotten to know each other very well, and I'm happy that you're running and so forth. But is there anything you want to maybe share with the voters about your candidacy?
Not in particular. I mean, I think most people know me in town.
Yeah.
For the people that don't, what you see is what you get. I'm a working kind of guy. I roll up my sleeves and get after it every day, and that's what I plan on doing if elected.
Great. So on February 11th at the Norton Middle School, from 9 to 3 the ballots will be open, and hopefully you'll be able to vote at that point, or will vote for Alec Rich III for the select board. And if you have you're going to have other information coming out about your candidacy through maybe social media, or also maybe another video just about yourself.
Possibly, yeah. I think that's tentative going to happen.
Great. So look for that information. And if you have any questions, you can try to find Alec. You're around town a lot, so I'm pretty sure they'll find you. And thank you, and have a good day.
Thank you very much.